All right. This is Politics and Movies. We got Mike. We got a friend. Our friend is Billy. Billy, say a word. Say something.
Billy.
That's one. All right.
Billy!
Oh, God.
Sorry. I
Shark
didn't
in the
want to say
water.
something.
You
Oh,
go
yeah.
north with the shark.
You fuck
Our
the
shark.
shark. Our shark.
Our shark.
You eat the shark. It tastes good. You like shark sushi. Yum yum.
Oh, God. The shark bit me in half. Fuck. Oh, rip.
Spoilers.
Rip Quint. Oh, yeah. At this point, everyone should know if you're listening to an episode of this podcast, at least the movie being talked about is going to be absolutely, totally spoiled. That should be your expectation at this point. And, we got spoiler tags on, the About section and on a lot of the early episodes. So at this point, no excuse. Also, if you haven't seen Jaws at this point, please do. Please. It's amazing. But anyway, yes, we are talking about Jaws, the 1975 American thriller film directed by none other than Steven Spielberg. Steven fucking Spielberg. Based on the 1974 novel by Peter Benchley. Of course, the stars Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, Lorraine Gary, and Murray Hamilton. And the screenplay is written by Benchley himself and Carl Gottlieb. And it's, of course, based on Jaws by Peter Benchley, which I believe I already said, but, who knows at this point. My brain is wired on caffeine and I'm having no thoughts whatsoever. And, of course, we'll talk a little bit about the wonderful score done by John Williams, because it's totally relevant to the themes of the movie, especially. But yeah, this was the first blockbuster, really. Really, it's iconic. What thoughts do you have about this movie? Just off the top, Billy. I know, but the audience doesn't.
They don't know this was the first blockbuster.
They don't know that it's like one of your favorite movies of all time.
Damn, you spoiled. This is before, like, oh wow, like this is before
Yeah.
Titanic and before Terminator and before James Cameron's existence.
Yeah, this is
That's
before James Cameron started ripping off Harlan Ellison.
nice. That's pretty
Had to throw
cool.
that in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was definitely gonna talk about like a little bit of how interesting of a blockbuster this is, but
Sure.
yeah, this is just such a I guess I'll start with just saying, kind of writing off of that and writing off of this being one of my favorite movies. Like as a kid, you watch the blockbuster elements and you're like, oh wow, this is so cool. A shark go in and shark kill people, and this shark is like so cool, and people are dying, and like there's action, there's horror, and it's all like very conceivable as a child, and it's all riveting. And then there's the middle back part of the movie. And that was when I was kind of bored as a kid. And I was like, what is this? Plot and character development in my movie? No way, Jose. I don't like that. But now it's kind of interesting coming back to it and still really liking this movie. It's like now I've listened to those parts and I'm like, oh my god, this movie like has like aged so well for me. Like those parts, like that part when they're on the boat and they haven't really encountered the shark yet. That part fucking rocks now. It used to be the slow part of the movie for me.
Right. Well, it's funny. Can I jump into something about that section right away?
Yeah.
Not the plot, but for the screen adaptation of this movie, Spielberg wanted to basically stay with the novel's plot, but discarded the subplots. Like obviously the big one is the very adult one that was fittingly cut for this PG movie. It was Hooper having an affair with Ellen, Chief Brody's wife, and like it didn't fit the tone of. It would have felt very out of place
Yeah.
for Brody to get cucked like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
Well, there's
What you
more
had
to
to talk?
say about that too, actually.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. Well,
Now if you want.
Brody is, I'll
Sure.
just say real quick,
Sure.
Brody is a very likable character in this. He's one of the most likable, like, blockbuster protagonists imaginable. So you don't want to put the audience against him, or you put the audience, like, against Cooper, or Hooper, I should say, because, like,
Yeah.
you want them to like these characters.
Right, right. Like, yeah, like in the movie, Hooper is very charismatically played by Richard Dreyfuss, who's, kind of just honestly a comic relief, and the super intelligent uh biologist, science guy. And like, yeah, that would certainly cut into his his comic relief value if he was this monster asshole having an affair with Brody's wife. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're all you already see, like, Brody kind of destroying his life a little bit over this job, and so you really don't want to see hi- that happen to him too. Like
Right.
it
It certainly makes sense for the darker tone of the novel, but you know. And but anyway, getting back to the which honestly is one of the most brilliantly executed tense sequences in the history of film. That is not an exaggeration. Fuck off if you think it is. Uh, but like, yeah, when Spielberg was adapting this, he declared that his favorite part of the book was the shark hunt and the last 120 pages. And he told Zanuck when he accepted the job, I'd like to do the picture if I could change the first two acts and base the first two acts on original screenplay material, and then be very true to the book for the last third. Like, that's exact quote. And when the producers purchased the rights to the novel, they promised Benchley that he could write the first draft of the screenplay, which was pretty cool. But I believe he was a producer on this too, so it's not you know he wasn't getting paid. But the intent was to make sure that a script could be done despite an impending threat of a Writers Guild strike, given Benchley was not unionized. So Benchley wrote three drafts before the script was turned over to other writers. Delivering his final version to Spielberg, he declared, "I'm written out of this, and that's the best I can do." Um, well, okay, fair enough. You know, Benchley later described his contribution to the finished film as the storyline and the ocean stuff, basically the mechanics, and that's all done well. I think that's all very well executed. Give Benchley credit where credit is due. Um, but he said he didn't know how to put the character texture into a screenplay, which is fair. That is a specific talent. Like sometimes novel talents don't translate into screenplays and vice versa. Um, of course, this novel is very prose heavy. Prose, um, but like prose doesn't always translate into film, except that's more of a, yeah, the screenwriter can hit stuff like that, and they can like write words, but at the end of the day, that's up to the director to execute. And if there's any kind of miscommunication or disconnect, it won't show up on the film, right? So you have to know exactly how to do that shit. And my God, I took a screenwriting class in college, and it still took me years before I fully figured out all the mechanics of screenwriting. Honestly, because it's a lot harder than people think, and like that if you ever go on like any of the screenwriting subreddits where people say, "Hey, analyze my script," and like most of them will have like 2 or 3 upvotes and like 40 downvotes because it's a very specific skill. And most people, like your very first script, you're going to get it wrong. You're going to have to do maybe 40 drafts, and that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And like, of course, I'm not saying that novels are easy either. That's a whole different beast. But for me at least, novels, like I can just, take out my phone or my iPad or whatever I'm just start cranking out words, and like I can always go back and say, okay, well I can if I need to. Like, yeah, you can touch up screenplays, but because they're so technical and structured, it's a slog. Let me just put it that way. It's a slog. As someone that's done both.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes sense. Well, I think like it feels like Jaws is a good example of that, especially with how much you can set the scene with the just the prose or the words, and how little dialogue there actually is. But like, you know, a script heavily relies on the character and the dialogue, and I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely.
without the dialogue, you really have to be a really good scriptwriter to keep someone engaged. Like with Castaway, there's still so
Yeah.
much done in that movie to keep you engaged, even without dialogue.
Oh yeah, that's a great script. And we'll do more Zemeckis movie at some point. Of course, so far we've just done Back to the Future, which is of course iconic, and not apologizing for that. But yeah, speaking of, let me get into the characters real quick.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting with that preamble. You wouldn't have known like that. That was like the initial struggle. Like the characters here are all well written, all interesting. You know.
Yeah, yeah, no, and well, just real quick, there was one other thing I wanted to say about the screenplay. I've been talking. Sorry, sorry, not sorry. I'm a screenwriter, so and novelist, and this is right up my alley. So, write what you know. But Spielberg felt that the characters in Benchley's script were still unlikable, and he invited a young screenwriter named John Byram, but he declined the offer. I said Columbo creators William Link, Richard Levinson also declined Spielberg's invitation to rewrite the script and beef up the characters. And how fucking crazy would that be? Columbo's characters are so fucking good, right?
Yeah, yeah. It is funny. This does follow a little bit of the structure of a Columbo episode. You, you have you have the murder in the beginning, and then at the end, the shark gets caught. We should have gotten "Why'd you do it?" speech from the shark. Why'd you do this, Bruce? Why didn't you stay where you were supposed to stay? Why'd you come to Florida?
Yeah, all he got to do was smile like a son of a bitch. Rip Bruce. But yeah, so who did end up doing an uncredited rewrite is Tony and Pulitzer Prize winning playwright Howard Sackler. He was in Los Angeles when the filmmakers began looking for another and offered to do an uncredited rewrite. Since the producers and Spielberg were unhappy with Benchley's drafts, they quickly agreed. At the suggestion of Spielberg, Brody's characterization made him afraid of water. coming from an urban jungle to find something more terrifying off this placid island near Massachusetts. And the funny thing about that is, I'm sure you don't know what Howard Sackler is best known for writing.
Uh, no, I don't.
That's okay. I didn't expect you to. He was, like I said, a playwright. His most famous play was about boxing, called "The Great White Hope." Nothing to do with sharks. Just a funny coincidence.
The Great White Hope.
Yes. Bruce is my great white hope.
Bruce, please, I'm not hoping for anything except not getting eaten.
Yeah. Same. God. That's an awful way to go. Rip.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Very brutal. I
Rude
often
foul.
joke with people who don't know what happened to me that my scar is from a shark attack.
I know. I've been there some of those times, and people have been like, "Really? No." Funny.
I feel like it would look even worse if it was a shark attack.
It depends. There are some pretty mild-looking shark wounds that heal well, especially with surgery, which you did have. So yeah, it depends.
Oh shit!
But
I got sniped.
damn.
All right, continue.
All right. Well, Spielberg then wanted some levity in Jaws, humor, so that would avoid making it a dark sea hunt, avoiding that super dark tone of the novel. So he turned to his friend Carl Gottlieb, comedy writer actor, then working on the sitcom The Odd Couple, the sitcom adaptation. So yeah, that guy knew comedy. And yeah, he definitely, like especially Hooper's character, even I would argue Shaw, because honestly, that Roy Scheider's comedic lines were improvised. We're going to need a bigger boat, and well, I guess you could say the scene where he's pronouncing yod with a non-rhotic accent, like the New York way is comedic. So maybe Gottlieb wrote that, maybe, probably, and stuff like that. Little character moments, and we'll definitely get back to that scene. I got a lot to say about that scene. But before I get into my spiel about everything else, like the actual politics of this movie, do you have any like thoughts or readings or anything like something that's like screaming out at you to talk about like right now? You forget.
No, I'm good to wait for you. Honestly,
Okay.
I feel like everything. Let's just go sequentially through the movie, and I think we'll get through everything I wanted to get to.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, for the most part, my notes are sequential, but I'm gonna be real with you. I only rewatched it to like the 30-minute point because I had a lot to do today. But I've seen this movie like 18 times,
oh
so it's
yeah.
not like I'm lost or anything. We're fine. Plus, I
Did
do
you read
have
the book,
I
or did you listen to it?
I didn't get all the way through. Again, I ran out of time. But like it was not short notice, but the idea to read the book was pretty short notice. Like I thought, like when did I tell you? Like 2 days ago or
Friday,
something.
yeah,
Oh
Friday
yeah,
or
yeah.
Saturday.
Right. Yeah. So it's only been a couple of days. I thought that would be enough time, because it's not a long. I was listening. I got the audiobook on Audible, and it's not like super long or anything. It's like 7 hours or something. But I just didn't have the time.
No, I understand. I was just curious.
All right. So here's context. Benchley had written Jaws after reading about sport fisherman Frank Mundus's capture of an enormous shark in 1964. According to Gottlieb, Quint was loosely based on Mundus, whose book, Sport Fishing for Sharks, he read for research. Sackler came up with the backstory of Quint as a survivor of the World War II SS Indianapolis disaster. We'll absolutely get into that. You fucking know that. That's
Yep.
political as all hell. And I believe when this movie came out, nobody fucking knew about that, because it was, I believe at that point, just recently declassified, because obviously it would have been classified during World War II because they were carrying Little Boy nuke.
Yeah.
So for security reasons, it had to be. But anyway, the question of who does Quint's monologue about the Indianapolis has caused substantial controversy. Spielberg described it as a collaboration between Sackler, Milius, and actor Robert Shaw, who was also a playwright, of course. But yeah, let's get into actual politics of this movie. Oh wait,
Yes.
I lied.
Oh.
Most importantly, the guy at the beginning says, "I'm definitely coming" when the chick takes her shirt off. What did Peter Benchley mean by that? Okay, that's stupid, but I'm leaving it in. I know you love a good cum joke.
No, I've outgrown that.
Oh yeah, you're so much more mature now. Seriously.
Yeah. 1 week since our last recording. I don't like cum jokes anymore.
It's like that Toy Story meme. I'm tired of playing with you, dropping Woody.
I'm tired of cum jokes.
But honestly, that probably was intended as a dub. Either written by Peter Benchley or Carl Gottlieb or both. Who the fuck knows? They probably don't even know at this point. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's kind of like a dramatic irony too. This is a stretch, believe me, but
Okay.
it is funny that he's saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go come. We're gonna have sex. This is exciting." And then he falls asleep and she dies. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's just funny like that he thinks like he's about to go get some and he just falls asleep and like leaves her to just die.
Yeah. I mean, he's so fucking drunk he couldn't take his fucking shoes off. So yeah.
I'm coming, definitely.
Yeah. But they're 70s teenagers. They probably wouldn't have been too worried about that anyway.
Oh
But,
no,
okay.
like they
Yeah.
probably were like going to do something.
Yeah.
I mean, she took off her clothes. She was ready to just go swim and have fun. And
Yeah, but like she could have just been like innocently skinny dipping. Like that's not necessarily a sexual thing. Like I've known a lot of people that have skinny dipped in real life, and there was like no sexual component whatsoever.
yeah, it's possible.
So okay,
She
all
went
right.
far. She went deep, though.
Yeah,
Like, like she
God.
goes to the fucking buoy.
Believe me, I got stuff to talk about with this scene.
Oh, I'm ready. I just wanted to say that too because it's kind of funny, like how deep she goes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, serious business. You ready?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the iconic scene where she treads water reminds me of a few things. Uh, just how little we knew about sharks at the time. She's clearly deep in the water at daybreak. Feeding time, no, big no. The man on the beach, the teenager. I don't know why I said, whatever. Is too drunk to take off his shoes, let alone help in any meaningful way. As I said before,
The man on the beach. Sorry.
Man on the beach. What is this man doing here? Get him out of here. That's the man. That's the real problem, not the sharks. The man on the beach. Who is a stranger? Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, it reminds me specifically about the ignorance involved in the 1916 tiger shark attack in New Jersey, which I, funnily enough, learned about when I was working at the aquarium because like at the gift shops, because we always had like they had TVs in every in two of the main gift shops at the time, and
Mhm.
they would always, just to have something on. They gave us like two different documentaries, and one was one on sharks specifically, and I listened to that fucker over and over and over, and I'm surprised not more about that case is burned into my brain. Oh, really? Because I don't remember all the details. I do remember that there was I believe the victim was drunk and he was on a pier. And surprise, surprise, at the time, 1916, they didn't know shit about sharks. Not anything, really. So they thought, like, okay, this is freshwater. We don't have to worry about sharks here. Uh. Tiger sharks don't give a fuck. They can easily go in freshwater. So yeah, the guy got killed by a tiger shark. And it was a big scandal at the time because, like his friend, testified, but they were like, a lot of the locals at the time were like, why he's a fucking drunk. What the fuck does he know?
Oh
Like,
wow, yeah.
yeah. So I believe Peter Benchley was also partially inspired by that story because there's a big chunk of that thematically in this. you know?
Yeah. No, like honestly, it's got it down to like a T, especially with the aftermath, you know, of this
Oh yeah.
of this killing,
Yeah, yeah,
because like
yeah.
people still don't think it's a shark.
No, of course that's, but mostly that's confirmation bias from the local fucking bureaucrats that are hoping, for pipe dreams and not facing
Yeah.
reality. We'll get into
Yeah.
that.
But it's still
Mhm.
similar to like that narrative, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. I do believe that's an inspiration for this. I read somewhere it was, but I couldn't confirm it in time, so I'm just gonna say it's a reading, but it's probably true.
Oh, I
Um,
could see that.
but but this scene, and maybe it's just a reading, but I like this reading. I believe it frames the shark more as a dangerous piece of primal machinery that needs to be treated with genuine respect and care. And we see time and time again that almost none of the characters do, including our fucking shark expert Quint. Like, let's be real. Uh, at the very end, but like that was just that was a whole bunch of stupid shit, and he was being a drunk asshole. So, we don't have to get into that yet. But do you have any thoughts about that? So,
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like everybody underestimates this thing. And it goes back to man versus nature. Nature, we think we're super powerful. This is a Spielberg thing to the T. This is Jurassic Park.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
is everything. The man versus nature. We always think nature can't win because we're superior as a species. Nature is inevitable, and nature does win. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the core conceit of Jurassic Park too, and that's here too. Y- Like you said, our not only does our shark expert underestimate, but also our what's his name? The
Hooper? Or no,
Hooper.
Quinn?
No,
Hooper.
Hooper underestimates it too. Like
Yeah, well,
he
yeah.
drops the spear. Like he kind of is doing the noble sacrifice, and he gets caught off guard. Like he has a good plan, and he's like, "Let's do it my way." But he just gets caught off guard because he wasn't ready, and he's screaming and he's helpless, and
Yeah.
that's like another one of the most tragic scenes when you think he's getting killed, and you're like, "No,
Right.
I love this man."
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he did panic a lot because like this was his first time in a situation like this where there's
Yeah.
real stakes. Like obviously, like he'd been on boating expeditions before, but never, hunting down a fucking shark like this. Fucking
Oh
man
yeah.
eater. Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
great white.
Him underestimating it makes a lot of sense, but he still underestimates it.
Yeah, yeah, fair, fair. But like it makes a little less sense for Quint, but again, like it makes sense because he was drunk, right? Maybe he was overconfident, he got sloppy, like that happens. It's almost like it's a horror movie trope. Oh my god, I just thought of this. Horror movie trope. he gets punished for drinking. He gets
Yeah.
punished for a vice. Very horror. Oh my god. Bravo, Spielberg. Or Gottlieb, or whoever eventually, whatever. And nature doesn't care about local elections. Doesn't care about, a mayor with fucking anchors on his blazer. What a tacky piece of shit.
Oh yeah, I also have a lot to say about the mayor.
Okay,
But
yeah. Well, yeah.
he is as shitty and how as awful. I, I don't know if it's just his face. I kind of still like him when I watch this movie. He just has a nice face.
That's the actor. I mean, honestly. I mean, like it's one of those douchebag roles where the actor Murray Hamilton just adds a lot of natural charm, and it works. Like honestly, you were talking about Jurassic Park. You've read the novel, right?
Yeah, Hammond.
Not Hammond.
Oh,
Better example for this case. Well, actually, they're both good examples. Let's be real. Yeah, Hammond in the novel is complete. Like Crichton had this thing about like having an asshole CEO villain. We talked about it on the Small Soldiers episode with um the CEO in Timeline was the primary antagonist of the novel. Um, in Jurassic Park, archetype is just Hammond. Yeah, he's not a nice grandfatherly guy. He's a complete dickhead. He's
oh
a
yeah,
yeah. He lets people die, and it doesn't give a shit. And he's more like the bad guy in the shitty Jurassic World sequels. If you've seen
Mhm.
any of those, yeah, yeah.
Not
He's more like
really, but
well, yeah, yeah. Well,
I can
anyways,
imagine.
the audience is probably some of them. But anyway, my point is, yeah, of course, his catchphrase and is "oh balls." So he's not like an avuncular, like, he's an asshole. And he eventually in the novel gets his and gets killed by compies. The Peter Stormare death before Peter Stormare. For the Lost World. But anyway, Malcolm,
Yeah,
like Ian Malcolm in the novel is just an exposition book, basically, and talks about he's Crichton's lens to gush about his chaos theory ideas. Honestly, that is his
yeah.
function in the novel.
He is
In
the
the
theme.
yeah,
He is the theme, just incarnate.
yeah. In the movie, we get a couple of scenes where but that's all you need, right? That's all you need. Instead, Spielberg did the absolute fucking brilliant thing of casting Jeff Goldblum to add immediate charm to this character, so people actually gave a shit about him,
Yeah,
and he's iconic.
no, he is. Yeah,
Also, yeah,
no, I was just agreeing with you. You definitely Hammond could have been slimy CEO, and this guy
yeah,
definitely gives the mayor gives kind of that vibe a little bit, but
yeah,
I don't know. Like we're just talking about these actors and casting them in these situations. Like it changes the whole vibe.
yeah. Absolutely, casting is very important for film and TV and a lot of other stuff. I just want to cover all my bases.
Yeah,
That's whenever you rag on me for backtracking or like, clarifying or adding caveats, I'm just covering all my bases. That's my thing.
yeah. I mean, there's always gonna be like a angry, dumb YouTube comment. You can't
Yeah,
account for everything.
no, but I try to minimize that. Right? I think that's valid. Okay, John Williams. When it cuts to the beach, while she's struggling in the ocean, and that sleepy stinger plays while the guy is passed out. Oh my God, John Williams, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's so good.
The little horror stinger, yeah. Oh my God, the score in this is so. Oh my God, like of course, everyone talks. You know the Mickey Mousing, da, 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 but like everything in this score is incredible. Do you have any
Yeah,
thoughts about that, Kelly? Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just so interesting. Going back to the blockbuster aspect of this movie,
Yeah.
we have blockbusters now. Blackbusters. We have blackbusters. You can edit that out if you don't like that.
uh,
I'm not
no,
racist.
that's a better term for blaxploitation film. You should have used that instead.
Yeah, that's cool. Um,
Thank you.
we have blockbusters now, and they just don't have the same wow, they don't have the same heart or the same just
And the score? Um,
and with everything, just the same character depth. Well, I'm thinking like pure blockbuster. Like I'm thinking like Transformers or like those action blockbusters. Like
well, I
there's
mean,
so many, and
all
this
right,
was just
name a
such a
few.
well-rounded summer blockbuster.
But I'm saying name a few because I don't like blanket statements, and I don't like the, I don't like cultural entropy bullshit. Like, I don't think things are getting worse. I don't think there's a trend towards dog shit necessarily, especially not in entertainment. Like, 'cause there's always good stuff. There's always good stuff year after year, and you always get the idiots who say, "Oh, there's no good movies this." Yes, there are. You just don't know how to look.
I'm not saying there's no good ones. I'm just saying
Yeah, I
there's
know.
just such a over. There's so much just blockbusters that are shit. We don't get them as much as this now. I'm thinking like Fast and Furious and the Shaw movies. Like I just th- and
Well, honestly, I think that's a bit of recency bias because there were certainly like dog shit, like blockbusters in the 70s and 80s that just got forgotten or, failed blockbusters, what have you. But honestly, also to your point, like there was this, I don't remember who it was, it doesn't matter, but there was a YouTube video essay in like 12 where like there was this guy saying that modern blockbusters don't have the same like iconic scores that like classic blockbusters had. And then what came out a few years later, the Avengers movies, da 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 da
they
da
were.
da
I
da.
will say they were struggling to have a good score for a while though.
That's
They
fair.
they
I mean,
they
until,
finally got it.
yeah.
I think Patrick Willems made this point, which is funny because I don't
Yeah.
really like
No,
him.
it wasn't originally Willems. It wasn't originally Willems. It,
Okay.
every scene a painting.
Oh, okay. I like him.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I do think like when this point was going on around, especially like they still were having like a lot of struggles of getting it down.
Yeah, fair. It did take, who they had to hire? Alan Silvestri. Alan Silvestri. So that's fair. Fair point. Valid criticism. I'll take it. Of course, Alan Silvestri, who did Back to the Future. And The Mummy. The Mummy Returns, sorry. The original Mummy, well, not the original, but the 99 one,
Yeah,
Brendan
yeah,
Fraser. That was
yeah.
Jerry Goldsmith's, the iconic Jerry Goldsmith score.
Which is funny because the score wasn't till um Infinity War, right?
No, I did. What did they have for the first one? They had something. Who did the first one?
Because I did remember thinking Infinity War sounded a lot like the Mummy score, but I
Oh
mean
no, no.
it
Okay,
it
okay,
was
okay. Wait.
it was
Let me.
good.
Yeah, let me hit you with this. No.
I'm gonna
Alan
get hit.
Silvestri did the first Avengers score. He did all.
Oh,
So yeah,
he did all of them.
he did all of them.
That's a surprise.
So if you got a problem, take it up with the master.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just took a while for it to
I,
get the
yeah, I mean,
sauce.
inspiration doesn't always hit when you want it, you know? That's just life as a creative type. Yeah. But when it did hit, it hit, you know? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he went back to formula for the Infinity War one. He was like, let's make this sound a little bit more like the Mummy, and then it hit.
Back to formula?
Back to formula.
uh, Spider-Man, Danny Elfman. You want to talk about the opposite trend? We do have some iconic film composers who haven't done an iconic score in a while. And not that I'm ragging on Danny Elfman. He's great. And he's doing a lot of other stuff right now. He just released an album, so he's busy. I don't blame him. I'm just saying it's been a while since he's done an iconic score.
Yeah.
Because he's certainly tried a few times, and we don't, the shitty Justice. We don't have to talk about it. But anyway, I'm ready to move on if you are. I've been talking about it too long. All right.
Yeah, I do think the score and everything makes a difference for this blockbuster, though. It's just this on every angle. This fucking succeeds. Is what I was trying to say.
No, that's fair. I get it. I'm sorry that I pushed back a little too hard. I'm very passionate about this topic.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's true. But anyway, yes, the dynamic duo, Spielberg and John Williams. Like, God, how many fucking brilliant, John Williams scores from Spielberg? Like, gotta be at least, like at least a dozen. Because even the, let's say, weaker movies, I don't think Hook is, I didn't like Hook when I was a honestly, but I like Hook now as an adult. It's just one of those movies. Yeah.
It is. I understand.
Yeah. But anyway, that score's fucking slaps. Oh my God. I love that score.
There's so much heart in that score.
Oh my God. It's incredible. John Williams is a master. All right. But anyway, so after the beach scene, the very next scene, Brody's bedroom. We see Ellen in bed, and she starts talking. And what do we see next to her? The ashtray next to the bed. On the the little nightstand, holding a single cigarette butt. Now, this is a reading because I doubt anyone in the 70s actually thinks this. Smoking in bed, extremely dangerous, and many died in bed while smoking. Hell, we talked about Granny earlier. It nearly happened to her. Her case, it just scorched the bed, and went out. But this was absolutely a time when rules and regulations and practices in general were still struggling to catch up with the modern world. And that subtle shot is another great reference to that. The Brodies are oblivious to the danger that surrounds them.
Yeah, actually, I think that's an awesome take from this.
Thanks.
I thought you were gonna. my dumb mind thought you were gonna say this is an allusion to the fact that they just had sex and then he smoked after.
Yeah, very political. Political fornication. Well, they're not fornicating; they're married. Yeah.
This alludes to the fact that he has an id, and he likes to satisfy that id with cigarettes and sex.
Number 12. The protagonist of the film has a sex drive. Wow. It's not like he has kids or anything. But oh my God. Do you have any thoughts about that though? The actual safety metaphor?
Oh yeah, no, I think that permeates through all of the house scenes actually.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he's reading the book about the sharks and he had gotten the boat for his son and he's like teaching his wife about the sharks, and he's like, he shouldn't be playing in that boat, and she's like, no, it's gonna be okay, honey, just let him play in the boat, he just got the boat. And then he's trying to be a nice dad and just be like, okay, I'll concede. And Brody's an amazing character. He is very like not agreeable. He's a man's man. He's trying to compromise here, and he's so awesome in his masculinity. So he's trying to compromise to his wife, and then she reads the book, and she's like, "What? Get him out of the water!" He sees the shark biting the boat.
Yeah. But honestly, you just made an excellent point. Chief Brody is an excellent representation of positive masculinity in film.
Yes, he is.
One of the iconic ones. Yeah.
Yes, that's why I was saying earlier. He's an amazing character in every right.
Oh my god, I love him. I love Roy Scheider. He's such a good actor. Yeah.
And I mean, he can also disagree. He disagrees in such a well-spoken way too. Like that scene where they're on the barge and he's talking to the mayor, and he's like, he knows who he's talking to, but he's just talking down to earth, and he's just talking simply and just making good points, and not backing down at the same time like anybody else would to the mayor, because he's the fucking mayor.
I mean, just to clarify, sorry, they're not on a barge; they're on a car carrier. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
this is too old timey for me. Sorry.
They still have those. You fuck. They still have those. It's old timey cars. I've never heard of those. I'm flying around in my cosmic soup can. All right.
But yeah, back to your point though of like the dangers of the shark and them still not knowing it. It is funny because like that's just such an exaggerated picture of a shark too. The one that she sees in the book of the shark, like what is it? The picture that she sees? It's like the huge shark jaws or the shark biting the boat, and she gets scared. I think it's a shark biting a boat, but it's like that's not. That's a very.
It looks more like a megalodon, which or extinct. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not a normal case,
But there was a theory floating around somewhat recently, like 10 years, 15 years back, that, while I worked at the aquarium, there was this prominent theory that there were still megalodons out there, which is fucking terrifying. My God. If you've ever seen one and see how big they get, my God.
I would love that.
Oh my God, I wouldn't. Oh, never go in the water again. Granted, they would live in deep sea. That well, not necessarily. They're sharks. They come up to feed. But anyway, did you have any more thoughts about that?
About the megalodon?
Any of it? Yeah. Anything? Come on.
No,
I don't think that.
I would love the megalodon though. I just think it's cool. I don't want to swim with the megalodon. I will say real quick, the Megalodon movies suck.
Yeah.
And I'm a shark enthusiast, We'll talk about
the Meg?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are the
I did see it. I saw the first one. I don't remember a fucking thing about it. I just remember it being boring as fuck, honestly.
They suck. No, what's funny is they do try to do a little bit of this where, in a shark movie, you can't just have it just be shark attacks. Like, you got to build the characters and you got to build the plot and everything. And, like, where other action movies can just go full stop of just action. But their characters, everything's so unlikable. And even the action is boring. Like, how did they make a shark movie so awful?
Yeah, and of course, Jason Statham is a block in that movie. I love Jason Statham. Don't get me wrong. Great when you use him well. He's one of those actors. You have to use him well.
He's an industry plant to me.
Oh, fair. All right, whatever. I mean,
I don't really like him personally.
Okay, well,
he's such a blank slate. Again, look at like Arnie or someone. Like I love Arnie. Like Jason Statham is no Arnie.
No, that's fair. I wasn't comparing them. You know, he's more like your Jean Claude Van Damme, which is funny because I just watched Time Cop first time last, and that's such a fun movie. It's not good, but it's very uh schlocky '90s fun.
Is this our most our most unorganized episode we've ever
No,
had?
no, we've got a framework. I'm just allowing room to riff. Totally solid. But all right, you want me to move on? I'll move on.
I'm enjoying just shooting the shit, but yeah, we should
Me
move
too.
on.
Okay. All right. So since we talked about Brody a little, real American hero, we love
Hell
him.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. This is probably a great time to get into proactive versus reactive policing. And of course, I'm not talking about fascist horseshit. I mean implementing policy, helping victims before they become victims, or how many stalkers have been ignored by police until quote unquote problem? How many domestic violence cases have the victim ends up dead? What about the cops in that, the Jeffrey Dahmer that ignored the 14-year-old kid's cries for help on the street because, haha, icky gay stuff. Like this is definitely a thing.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean,
And it's
that's the whole
relevant.
thing with
Yeah.
Minority Report too.
Right.
Also, Steven Spielberg. This is
Yes.
definitely a Spielberg theme. You know, there's no denying that. No, and this is like we've talked about police before. Like,
Yeah, to an extent, but we didn't talk about this before.
no, yeah, but this definitely shows, and I think anybody in a upper management to mid manager job knows what this feeling is of you are doing your job to the best of your ability, but there is your higher ups making the stupidest fucking calls in the world, and you can't do fucking jack shit about that.
Amen, brother. Amen, brother. Yes. Yes.
You just gotta go. Um, you just gotta go. Like, hey, this day sucks. I'm trying my best, and this is not my fault. I know what I'm trying to do in this job, but my superiors are more interested in money than doing the job right.
Oh God, absolutely. Yeah. Fuck, dude. I was a manager at Amazon. Tell me about
Yeah,
it.
and I feel that the most when he gets slapped by the woman who her son dies. Like she slaps him and says, "I know you knew about the shark and you didn't do anything." And it's such a sad, dramatic scene because this is a man's man. He accepts the slap. He does not rebuttal, even though it was not his call. This man is amazing. Like, he
Yeah,
understands it was still his responsibility.
yeah,
It
fair.
was, but it
Yeah,
wasn't his call. But he still, he
he takes the
doesn't.
blame.
He
Yeah,
takes the blame because he's still the chief.
right.
It's just
Fair.
such a good scene. Yeah, I get why he does it. Like, he is also, and it shows why he's such a good cop. He is guilty about this. So, this eats him up because he knew it. And he did try his best. And it's why he's, in the position that he's in. Like, you get the feeling that, like, wherever he came from, the reason why he's the chief of police doing a damn fucking good job wherever he was in whatever
He
city.
was he's from New York City. New York City.
Yeah, and it takes a lot of cojones to be a cop in New York City.
Oh yes, yeah. But
Yeah,
that
but
being said, fuck the NYPD, fuck the LAPD, fuck them
you
all.
think it's
Fuck 'em.
funny that this is kind of like a fish out of water thing, and he's he's facing a shark.
Funny, I'll kill you last, or Bruce will. After Quint, you get a slut. But yeah, totally. That's pretty good. Man, this movie's so fucking.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie in
But
every
yeah,
right.
like that's funny because what you just said leads to my next. It's funny how that works out sometimes. Brody is an outsider. This is a blessing and a curse. It means he's not so ingrained in the local economy and infrastructure that he'll comply with business as usual, but it also hinders how they perceive him, especially the mayor. And of course, it's framed by Ellen's joke about the New York accent. Oh my God, great writing. This movie.
Hell yeah.
But do you have any thoughts about that?
Honestly, just what I've already said. Yeah,
Yeah, fair.
it's all delivered so like just really organically.
Yeah.
You know, like the rewrites in the script really served their purpose well here.
Yeah, it's great, and yeah, great management. From the director and the producers. Thank you, Spielberg. GS always says that ironically, but I'm saying it sincerely. Thank you.
Understandable.
Thank you, Spielberg. Fuck you, GS.
Nice.
Yeah. But okay, what happens in the next scene? The kid slices his hand on the old swing set. I'm not making this stuff up. Everything in this world is utterly unsafe for children, especially. And that's a great way of setting up the fear around Mike and the kids going to the beach and going into the water.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and given what we were just talking about too.
Yeah.
Like it's really like multi-layered. Like him being an outsider here, it's multi-layered on many, many fronts. Like not just with his job, not just with like the environment, but also just with his kids. Like this is just a new house, it's new dangers. We saw the teenagers in the beginning of the movie, and like those kids are going to be interacting with those teenagers too. Like all of this is like new for them. They have to figure out this environment, and he's got to learn how to like protect himself and the kids. Like he doesn't even like water.
Right. Absolutely.
And I think it's good that they left out the relationship issues with the cheating, because you already get a little bit of that, a little bit of the wedge between them.
Yeah.
With his drinking
Yeah.
and his, just him staying up and
him being
really thinking about the case and everything.
Neurotic about this case and being hyper focused on that and neglecting his family. Yeah. And Ellen takes issue with that. Yeah. That's natural tension.
Yeah.
It would have felt forced if there was an added infidelity. That's not necessary.
Yeah, and it really wouldn't have attached itself well to the inevitable sequel, Jaws: The Revenge.
Is that the third one? I don't fucking care.
No, I think that's the fourth one.
Oh, good. Is that the one where he crushes? Is that the one where he crushes through the aquarium wall? Oh my God.
No, that's the third one.
That makes sense. Okay, 3.
Yeah. Jaws: The Revenge is the one Michael Caine's in. He hates that movie.
Didn't he say something like, it paid for my beach house or something?
Yes.
It was like, when, oh my God, this is hilarious. I'm sure you know about this one, but the Super Mario Brothers movie, Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, 1992, Dennis Hopper, the bad guy in that, he said he said he only did that role, he hated King Koopa and that. He said he only did it to get a pair of shoes for his son, and said, "Dad, I didn't need shoes that bad." Fucking hilarious.
That's so good.
But anyway, I would say Mike doesn't even get a chance to play the Finn prank in the ocean because he should die from tetanus or a rust cluster within 3 days from interacting with that fucking swing set. Forget about the shark. Tetanus is the real danger.
Get out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the doctor.
Da 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 da. It's the rust monster. Anyway, let's talk about Woodrow Wilson for a president of the United States. These here United States in the 1920s. Woodrow Wilson once said that the birth of a nation was history lightning, but that was because he was a racist imperialist asshole. His wife did a better job running the country while he couldn't even feed himself. You know what real history written in lightning is? What Brody typing shark attack as the probable cause of death on the police report.
Hell
Fuck
yeah. Yeah, honestly, that moment, the I keep saying it. He's a man's man.
See, I do think that he didn't realize there'd be a big stink about it too. So I don't think it was entirely bravery. He was just doing his job, reporting honestly.
Yeah, but at this point he did get the
Mhm.
hint, though. He was told not to put that on there. So it is just like he didn't realize it was a gamble, but
Yeah.
he did take a small
Yeah.
gamble by going against his superiors.
Yeah, he didn't write, like something vague, anything, wishy-washy, like fucking shark attack. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's a good cop who we just talked about this in the Zodiac episode, like trusting his instincts. His instincts here is actually spot on. Like it's not mysterious circumstances. There wasn't like a killer. There wasn't like she didn't drown. She was a good swimmer. There's the marks on her body. Like it's pretty clear that this is a shark attack.
But what if it was a propeller? Idiot. Doesn't know what a propeller looks like? Who the fuck made you a coroner? Jack shit. A fucking propeller looks nothing like a goddamn shark bite. Moron. Maybe you should retire.
But you can tell they're trying to they're trying to sweep it under the rug so that people come to the 4th of July vacation stuff. And Coroner is part of this
cover up.
Of this entire
I'd say cover.
Yeah. He's been part of it before. He knows the routine. Yeah. He's been paid off for it. Like he understands the assignment better than Brody does. And Brody says, I don't give a fuck about the assignment. I know what this is. It's a shark attack. And we need a professional opinion in here, not some stupid coroner who's lived here for 20 years and who knows to just bite the bullet. And they all have their justifications. They say if it is a shark, it's going to swim away. It's going to be gone. It's probably a propeller. They have every justification in the book so that Brody doesn't get upset and doesn't investigate further. But he knows to trust his instincts.
Right. Absolutely. Oh God, I love. I can't stop saying it. What a good man. Oh my God.
Yes, the
best man. All right, but of course, Brody is immediately reeling at the police station from questions about the 4th of July festivity. From the secretary, a local complaining about a truck broken down in front of his shop. No beach closed signs. Brody is trying to run damage control already, and the natural complacency of local structure is already pushing back before the mayor does. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Yeah. No, I mean I just agree with that, with your take. He not much else I could say about it.
That's fair. Yeah. I laid it out pretty. You say so. Anyway,
yeah.
Then we get to the local quaint little shop, and we hear the Harry, the store owner, talking to Bro. He's talking. I don't think he's talking. He's just talking in general to someone else. I think. I didn't write he was talking to Brody. My brain just did that. He says, the store owner, Summer Ginks tells you everything you need to know about how the population actually views the people funding their economy. The word gink is an old school slang term for a foolish or eccentric person. The locals don't respect the tourists. They actively look down on them, but they are utterly dependent on their wallets to survive the remaining night. It's a toxic, resentful relationship where the locals exploit the wealthy vacationers while pretending to cater to them.
Yeah. And they're putting them directly in danger by obfuscating the
It
facts.
also highlights the expendability of outsiders. They don't actually give a shit about these people. They just want their money.
Yep.
And what happens next? We cut to the mayor, our good friend. What's he wearing? A gray blazer covered in anchors. He's literally weighing the town down with archaic policy regarding local commerce and safety. And let's briefly talk about how much of an absolute gibbering moron he is that shouldn't be in any station of power. He claims that for the sake of the season, they should keep the beach open and not draw attention to the attack. What? What? Like, oh my god, anyone with an iota of critical thinking skills would not jump to that conclusion, but instead pivot to what they don't know. So we'll go with the Latin translation. Ipse se nihil scire idunum sciat, which is, of course, the famous Socrates quote, I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing. In this case, they absolutely should have pivoted to what they don't know. They don't know if the shark's coming back. They don't know if the blood and viscera attract a feeding. And what would that do to them? Come for the quaint shops, stay for the mutilated. Bravo. Bravo.
Yeah, honestly, you can sense one of the
Yeah.
and I think the script does a really good job with balancing tone here. It seems like one of the hardest things that they had to do because like the dark subject and the comedy, especially here, like in these couple of scenes that we're talking about right now, when the mayor is like
Oh,
showing him the sign of like
yeah, the town billboard.
the
You're
shark
talking about
attack sign that's
yeah,
been graffitied over and
yeah,
vandalized. It
yeah,
shows that people
yeah.
aren't happy about this decision.
So, yeah, social
Y-
commentary. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's like good
yes.
comedy, but it's actually real good world building too because yeah, people are talking about this evidently, and I mean, people are aware that like there's been reports of a shark and the beach is still open. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, it's not like people are stupid. They're confused and like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, because
Yeah,
in any real fucking beach town, where they're not a bunch of stupid complacent assholes, they would have immediately beach down. I mean, like, look at we used to go to Ocean City.
yeah.
How many fucking times did they close the beach down? Like because there were sharks in the water, tons that I remember. And like it was never like, oh my god, there's sharks. Okay, we'll just go Ocean City, Nikos. But we go to Nikos.
That's what we would do.
Oh my god. Or oh my god, Jesus. Or also Paisanos. That's in Ocean City.
Nikos is now
Yeah,
$30.
Nikos.
A pie, dude.
It's Paisanos.
We just went there. It was crazy.
But okay, so the funny thing is, they do lean into what they don't know, but they do it from a must have been a boat propeller. We've never gotten a shark attack here. What? In the about 80 years of recorded history at this point, sharks have been around for hundreds of millions of years. They don't care about your limited records or metrics. They go where the Gulf Stream takes them, the jet stream takes them, warm waters, fish, etc. That has nothing to do with your limit.
Yeah, it's a lot of assumptions here, all for the people. Like, and I think the people are obviously like aware that they're just viewed
Fodder.
as like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
source of income and nothing more. Yeah, fodder
Yeah.
by just that billboard sign, you know?
Let's be real though. Vaughn is probably a creationist dipshit who would balk at 400 million years anyway. See, I can use confirmation bias too. And
Yeah.
then, Chief Brody then to get he fervently scans the beach while out there with his wife and kids. Goes deep down, bureaucrats are full of shit. But he's new here and trying to play nice. Then while watching, several people, come up to him and annoy him with petty squabbles, and Harry comes over and gives him a hard time about never going in the water. And then Brody says yeah, that's some bad hat, Harry.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say it. Yeah. I think the villain of this movie is his hat.
Yeah, Harry's hat. Fuck that. Fuck that swim cap. It looks so tacky. Brody's right. Brody was right about everything.
Yeah. That is some bad
But
hat.
I didn't get that why he said that but as an adult, I'm like, he was experiencing severe anxiety. And he lashed out at the guy who was annoying.
Oh yeah, no, it's another instance of a joke
Yeah.
being a good world building device, like honestly, I understand entirely why he gets passive aggressive. Like he can't actually tell the guy, "Hey, you're wasting my fucking time with your petty shit." So he just says, "Hey, that's some bad hat." It's kind of like a double entendre, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's good. It's good. It's good. That's all I'll say about it. And of course, then what happens? Claire is proven to be a huge asshole because someone's attacked by a shark, of course. And we get the iconic zoom.
Hell yeah.
Very Hitchcockian. Love it. Do you have any thoughts about that scene?
Oh no, just that it's brilliant. We just saw it like in the theaters in like 3D and it was so good. Like it's aged even well.
Yeah.
Even better than it has ever looked,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I will just recommend if anybody gets the chance to rewatch it in 3D, you definitely should.
Fair. All right, go off.
It was so good.
How do you feel about? Oh, sorry. Do you have thoughts about that? I don't. Just kept.
No, I think it's like it's a good visual like device of everything that he's been fearing this entire time has just come to fruition. It's another like dual device. Like it serves multiple functions.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. That's good. That's fine. Yeah, it's a great visual depiction of that level of panic when everything you've been fucking terrified of happens all at once. Like holy
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, but that's why it's been so lingering in the cultural zeitgeist because of how
yeah
just how real it feels, how true to form it is.
How do you feel about the absolute capitalist circus of the $3,000 bounty that brings every idiot with a to Amity?
It's another good another good use of comedy for just to serve like world building. Like this is the don't close the beach. We could close it for like 2 days while we send almost every single person imaginable on a witch hunt for a fucking shark. Like doesn't that also have the same effect like on everything, on the economy, on
right? Exactly. Like how is that? You're still whipping people into a frenzy.
It's just a different kind of frenzy.
Yeah. I mean, really, it's the same one, so it doesn't fucking matter. God.
Well,
so stupid.
Same frenzy, different connotation. Different. It's like, no, we don't have to be afraid. We're all gonna kill it together.
Okay, so while we're talking Before we move far away from it, do you have any other thoughts about Alex Kintner, the kid who's killed Kintner, the impossibly old woman who could not have had this fucking child?
It seems so rude. It always sticks out.
It's true though. Yeah, isn't it weird though? Like this 70-year-old woman does not have a 9-year-old boy. What? That's not physically
I'm more upset
possible.
about the dog's death, honestly. The dog doesn't get a whole,
Fair.
like funeral scene and grief.
It's the 70s. They didn't give a fuck about pups.
The dog is unceremoniously destroyed and killed. What about the dog?
Yeah.
Me
Justice for
too,
the dog.
dude. Oh, it's just really brutal. It goes back to the man versus nature thing
Yeah.
of like just
Right.
the way like seeing a kid die in a movie, especially in like a PG movie. Like obviously we don't really see the kid being killed actively, but we do see the blood, like the blood and just the
Yeah.
movement of the shark and the body and just the flailing. Like it's just really graphic. There's a reason why, people after this, the golden saying is, ever since Jaws, people are afraid to get in the water.
Yeah.
This movie will make you scared of blood, like Jaws made you scared of getting in the water. Like that was the marketing gimmick
Yeah.
for so long after this.
Right. Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, like we barely see the shark. Yeah, but like I think shark movies in general have
Yes.
never really learned. Like they still try to capture this same directing power move of not showing the shark too much. Like you barely see the shark in this movie until like the last act.
Yeah. Yeah, but that wasn't how it was originally.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that was because of logistical issues with Bruce breaking down all the fucking time.
But
yeah. Originally, Bruce was going to be in the movie a lot more.
But it's almost like, it was for the best. Like, just the way they did it because Bruce was breaking down.
Yeah, absolutely. They turned a weakness into a great.
Yeah.
That's a sign of a talented
and
filmmaker.
it captures the man versus nature thing
Yeah.
even better than like a Jurassic Park because, like nature, we don't see it. Like we just experience it.
Yeah,
it comes before we can even perceive it coming. Yeah.
Process it. Yeah. Fucking powerful. Yeah. Love it. So then of course we're introduced to Quint, our eccentric local shark hunter who offers his services for 10 grand. And then we get consulting oceanographer examines the girl's remains, that she was killed by an unusually large shark. And then, local fishermen catch a tiger shark, which I think, a little cheeky reference, the 1916 New Jersey incident that I told you about earlier. I think that was deliberate. But anyway, Vaughn then uses, skeptical Hooper dissects the shark and finds no human remains in the stomach. Intrudes that the killer shark is still alive, and also says, shark this, right? He's like, there's no way this little fucking tiger shark did this shit.
Yeah.
He says that explicitly. But Vaughn is dismissive. He doesn't
just looking at the just using science too. It's like, he can look at the jaw and he could tell like that it's not the same shark. And it's like, it's kind of like what you were saying. This is the type of creationist asshole who wouldn't look reason in the face and just be like, well, I believe this.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. Facts don't care about your.
Yeah.
Reclaim Ben Shapiro's stupid bullshit. But yeah, like this is another example of piss poor management on Mayor Vaughn's part. Because, yeah, if you have an expert, you fucking listen to them. At least, take their advice with an even handed manner. And he does not. He completely dismisses it out of hand. You got a fucking expert. You don't know jack shit about sharks or anything.
Well, that. How far are we? Do we want to mention other stuff about the mayor?
You want? We got some. I can get to the meat of the Indianapolis want.
Yeah, let me say one other thing about the mayor. I really do. He's not just some like hapless evil guy. Like, I think he is very understandable, even though like he's an awful person. Like, his characterization is very interesting. But I really like the one character detail of like when after the supposed shark is dead and the the beach opens back up, he's going around and he's telling people to get into the water. This man is so fucking obsessed with appearances. He doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
They're already there at
the
beach. What are you doing, dude? They're there. You got them. You're like, you don't have to tell them to get in the fucking water.
I know. That honestly, that's what pissed me off the most about this movie as a kid. Him doing that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Jump in for the human sacrifice.
It's so interesting. It's one of my favorite things about his character. It's just like he just really does not want to lose in this situation. And you get the feeling when he's talking about his son being in the water, it's just like he can't it's like he can't fathom that he put his own son, flesh and blood, in that situation for the sake of what? Like his ego? So that he couldn't be wrong?
Fucking wild.
Because
fucking Abraham over here sacrificing his son to the god.
It's like
shark is his god.
It's like he knew he had to do it for his job, for his ego, but like just the fact that he realizes that he did it is like devastating to him. It makes him question like, why the fuck did I do this?
He is reacting in such a brash and impulsive manner that he doesn't even keep track of his own actions until after it's too late.
Yeah, like it's such a brash and weird reaction. Like to go to everyone and be like, hey, can you get in the water? I want to show everyone that this is a safe environment. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
And honestly, to that point, that's a toxic power imbalance, if I ever heard one. Well, the mayor tells you to fucking get in the water, you're probably going to listen to your mayor, right? Even if he's saying something fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like, depending. But these are locals that have lived there their whole lives. They're going to trust the mayor.
Yeah, they think that he has their, best interest in mind, when really he only has his own.
Right, like Brody did when he was giving him the benefit of the doubt when he first, listened to the stupid spiel on the car deck. Yeah. But are you ready to move on?
Yeah. I just wanted to say that about him.
No, that's fair. That was good. I appreciate it. But let's jump forward a bit to Quinn's speech about the USS Indianapolis. Oh my God!
Is this your favorite part of the movie?
It's so good. Yeah, I think so. I think it's my favorite scene. Yeah. It's just so tight.
I think Quint is just such an interesting character. Like down to the moment he comes into that like crazy scene where there's just a bunch of people yelling and talking, and the panic is in the
The chalk,
boardroom.
yeah. The chalk.
You know, because you have two sides of the entire, like, just two sides of the county. You know, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of bad people. There's a lot of good people on both
Exactly.
sides.
Actually, yes. I know you're beaming, but yes. There's the side of, like, my business, and then there's the side of what about people's safety? And but all sides are colliding in this, like, crazy, just yelling clusterfuck, and he just comes in, commands
Yeah.
attention, and
Now, that's a defining character moment when he scratches the fucking chalkboard. Oh,
yeah,
iconic.
super fucking iconic. He definitely commands, like, he knows what he's doing, like, you know, and he does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like he knows from experience and intuition that like these are just a bunch of panicked assholes who need to be shown the way. So he takes the lead because he knows he can. He has experience. None of these other fuckers do. He knows it. And that's great. That's a great character moment. It's a great moment for the movie. Wonderful.
Yeah, where, and it's kind of like he sees the value of this, like, for the town. The town is gonna just, the mayor is gonna offer a measly, what, like, $3,000? Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, fuck
yeah,
you.
fuck you. This is a 10 grand job, or however amount he says.
Yeah. Big fucking shark, and he gets killed over it. So yeah, fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, he knows the value of this.
But yeah, like if you're ready for me to talk about the USS. All right. So yeah, I know a bit about this already because listen to the last podcast episode on it they did I think a couple years back. Yeah, but like I said, that was a couple years ago. So honestly, I'm reading directly from Wikipedia. Don't judge me. Or do I don't. I usually do anyway, honestly. But working on it, doing better research, getting there, in progress. The USS Indianapolis, of course, completed a top secret high speed trip to deliver uranium and other components for Little Boy, the first nuclear weapon used in combat, to the Tinian Naval Base, and subsequently departed for the Philippines on training. At 1500 on the 30th of July, was torpedoed by an Imperial Japanese Navy submarine, the I-58, and sank in minutes. Of the 1,195 crewmen aboard, about 300 went down with the ship. The remaining 890 faced exposure, dehydration, saltwater poisoning, and of course, shark attacks. As Quint says, while stranded in the open ocean and with few lifeboats and almost no food or water. The Navy learned of the sinking 4 days later when survivors were spotted by the crew PV-1 Ventura on routine patrol. U.S. Navy flying boat landed to save those in the water. 316 survived of the almost 1,200. No U.S. warship sunk at sea has lost more sailors. It's fucking wild. But yeah, like from modern perspective, I usually like to. On August 19th, 2017, a search team financed by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen located the wreckage in the Philippine Sea at a depth of about 18,000 feet, or 5,500 meters for European listeners. On 20th December 2018, the crew of the Indianapolis was collectively awarded Congressional Gold Medal. Because that was, of course, long after it was it was declassified by the time this movie. Otherwise, we wouldn't know about it, right? But yeah, like it is incredible they managed to include that real fucking shark story in this movie. Like, and it really adds a lot of like real world stakes of like how dangerous these animals can be. But like,
I
Yeah,
was
go
gonna
ahead.
say I can even see a little bit of like a comparison to it. You know, like this shark story also serves the purpose of like, you know, this might be a little of a stretch too, but like, you know, these people are sent on a mission for, or no, there's this mission that they go on, and they are
They're transporting the little boy.
yeah, they're trying to save the little boy. He's a big
So
boy and he
ambitious.
blows up. They save the world.
Uh-oh. Son, you must have had too many burritos for lunch. I didn't expect to make a shit joke on shit.
You know, where was I going with
Yeah,
that?
I don't fucking know. You were talking about they were doing their duty, they were taking the bomb and then they were doing training exercises, bamboozled by the Japanese Navy, where you were chronologically in the story.
I feel like, oh wait, I remember. Um,
Cool.
they the government in our story has decided to send a bunch of idiots on the task to murder the shark. And the shark is allegedly killed. The government is like failing in this sense, and thinks that they can handle it alone. And when I say the government, I mean the mayor and his stupid bureaucracy, and not the sheriff in this case, not the chief of police.
Yeah, no. Right.
And
Right.
they have completely underestimated their opponent, and who's at the mercy, or to who's to be destroyed by this, underestimation, and at like not foreseeing the wrath of their opponents, and not being ready to counter, and not like being the people in Florida, like the people at the beach, they're all at the mercy of this malevolence, of this nature, of this
Wait,
shark.
why do you keep saying
Isn't it
Florida?
at Florida?
They're No, you're confusing me. No, they are near Cape Cod. They're in the
Oh, my
Massachusetts,
bad. I thought this was in Florida.
Amity Island. I think it's no. It's Amity Island be technically part of New York, so northeast.
Oh, my bad.
That's why I was confused by Florida. I was like, "Fuck you talking?"
I've said Florida every
It's okay.
time.
It's all right. We got there. We got there.
My
It's all right.
bad.
Do you have anything else to say about that?
Yeah, I just think there might be like a little bit of a similarity there, like where they just left their people to die for that. Well, like people are going to die because they
Yeah.
underestimated their opponent again.
Right. And to your point, who gets punished for it? Not the higher ups.
That is what I was trying to get at too. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you were able to tie my
Yeah.
point together.
You're good. Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, like not the higher ups. Like the mayor gets no repercussions whatsoever. If anything, he's probably going to get a payday.
Fucking asshole. Yeah. Oh, we got the shark. No thanks to you, fucko. All right. Well, I got one silly thing, but it's not silly. It's
Do you want to say
interesting.
anything else
I
about the
think.
Indianapolis, or that's where you're going?
That's not where I didn't really have much more to say, but I just wanted the story. It's an interesting, but like if there's a reading there, I think we already,
Yeah,
I think fair
I
enough.
just agree that it's such a cool. I don't think it's been in film ever since that, or discussed ever since that.
I mean, there's the shitty Nicolas Cage movie.
No.
No, didn't happen. No. Speaking of Nicolas Cage, though, he is fucking fire in Spider Noir. Great show. Another recommendation. Check it out if you haven't yet. on
I
Amazon.
have not checked it out.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I finally
Oh.
caught up on Wonder Man, so
Did you like Wonder Man?
yeah, I thought my only criticism, which I will say, like I'm sure you will not really see it as a criticism, but it was the hardest thing for me to get through the movie or the show. I mean, was
No.
the character is
Yeah.
just so unlikable for me. I know that's the
Simon?
yes, I know that's the point.
He's an arc.
But
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
had a
it's his
hard
arc.
time really liking him at all.
Okay. Well, that's why Trevor. That's why it's a buddy cop show. Trevor, because Trevor is pure charisma. Oh my God, Ben Kingsley kills it as all.
Yeah, but I just have like such a hard time with
Yeah.
Simon. He's just such an annoying character to me. And I'm glad
No,
people
but
call him out on
thought-
it. Like they do. He calls himself out on it
Yeah.
at one point, but it still doesn't help me like
Yeah.
on how annoying he is.
No, that's fair. Like you said, I wouldn't consider that a criticism. That's part of the point. But yeah, like I get like that, like rubbing you the wrong
Yeah.
way. Sure. I won't contest that. But no, my point was more. It's interesting that Quint's boat is named the Orca
Isn't it
because
is named what?
the Orca.
Oh.
The Orca.
Yes.
Why? Because Orca is also, of course, another name for the killer whale. And what do we know now from our modern perspective is are great white sharks only natural. It's so fucking cool. They did not know that. They did not know that in 1975.
That's awesome. I assume they did know that.
Yeah. I mean, it was like, but it was like it wasn't like it wasn't confirmed. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is now. Yeah, but yeah, killer whales can fuck up a. They don't fuck. Great whites don't fuck with.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It doesn't have to be like that.
they probably could have assumed that just by the size and the stature and the fucking teeth.
Yeah, well, yeah, but still, people thought, oh, whales. Like there was that still that kind of stigma mindset, which is not true, by the way. Whales are not pussies. Whales will fuck your shit up, especially human shit. Like oh my god, humpbacks, don't fuck with humpbacks, especially when they're breeding. They will fuck you up.
Is it in the second movie where they find the dead whale on the beach? Yeah, I think it is.
So, yeah. It's been a while since I saw that one, but yeah, I haven't seen that movie shit in like 30. Oh my god, fucking yeah! It's been about 30 years since I saw it. Not 30 years, 20 years. Not that old.
30 years. That is intense.
No. No, it was about, if you want to be precise, it was 25 years because it was 2000. But anyway, I thought that was neat. And then, of course, they try to do it the safe way. They have the Shark Tank, which in reality, those are pretty safe for the most part. So that was a good, for the movie, it's like, okay, this is a freak great white that can fucking tear it up. But, for the most part, in real life, shark cages are pretty safe. And, like, sharks aren't going to go after you like that unless you're, like, bleeding or some shit, right? You're usually pretty safe in the cage. Because, like, in reality, and this is another important thing, sharks are like dogs. They're not like these vicious, single. And that's honestly one of the biggest disservices of the film. Kind of like Bruce is portrayed as like this single-minded killing machine, and that impacted the audiences in a way Spielberg didn't expect. Fucking terrified of sharks. People, started like hunting sharks en masse, and like sharks almost got to the point that they became, especially great, became an endangered species because of it. Because people were just aggressively hunting them because they thought, oh, this is a dangerous killing machine. I got to kill. Because people are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, well, dogs can also be extremely dangerous. like pit bulls, and people
Right,
are
right.
also like extremely afraid of pit bulls. But like again, it just comes down to
Right,
how you
but
treat it.
yeah, right, exactly. Respect the animal. That's it. And like, yeah, of course, there's some, but the like, if you want to get into like, yeah, like it's, some people like, mistreat them and train them to be, monsters, and that's on the trainer, really, the owner, fucking. But like, yeah, like, yeah, to your point, yeah, yeah, just respect nature. That's the message. And some people completely got the wrong message instead.
Yeah,
Let's go fuck up nature because we're big butch macho dickheads.
yeah. Which is honestly,
Chief
I
Brody
was
would be
about to
ashamed
say
of
the
you.
same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, which isn't really what Chief Brody was all about. Like,
Right. No, he would have hated that shit.
you kind of get the feeling like that. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I like Chief Brody's like kind of intention here was just to kind of like redirect the shark. Like he didn't even really want to kill it, but like they take the shark deep into the ocean, kind of away from the shore, and it's like,
Right.
they really didn't want to kill it at that point, but they just thought it would be good if
Yeah, but then, for the purposes of this narrative, this shark actually is an asshole and just tries to kill and does succeed in killing Clint, of
yeah,
course.
he fucking rocks a boat.
But I mean, they did try to kill it right away anyway because I just mentioned the cage scene. And he, what does Hooper try to kill it with? Strychnine. And would that have worked? Maybe, probably, but the spear didn't connect and dropped it. Because Hooper's a little klutz,
Yeah, and
little baby boy.
arguably this is his. Oh no, I don't think this is an argument. This is like one of his first
Yeah,
main forays into actual, you know, uh, being on an assignment, like in person.
like this kind of, yeah. Like I said, like this is the first
Yeah,
one. There's actual stakes. There's actual
yeah. Like
danger
until this point, he's really just been kind of like
with whales.
yeah, and he's been conducting experiments and
Whales.
stuff. But like this is his
Yeah,
first like big like assignment, and it's a big one not to fuck up. But
right.
I mean, he's got all this knowledge and expertise. Like he's so book smart, but he's just never been in a situation like this.
And can I use that as an excuse to pivot to something?
I wanted to say it makes Quint's relationship
Okay.
with him so much more interesting too, because they're butting heads the entire time.
Oh yeah, they hate each other. They hate each
Yeah.
other.
But he does have some real world experience. He knows how to tie a knot. He shows it. Like it's so cool.
I
Yes. It's such a good scene. Like they're all so lovable as characters.
Oh.
You really have to ask yourself, like, really, they were having a hard time with the characters in this movie? Because, like, the characters are incredible.
Hey, that's the strength of hiring a comedy. Comedy writers are fucking good at just like making stuff pop, man. It's like like the thing that comedians say to suck their dicks. Oh, if you can do comedy, you can do anything. Well, there's some truth to it because comedy takes a level of precision, especially good comedy. Um, that if you're good at that, it definitely translates to other forms.
Oh yeah, I mean, like 1 hour photo and like the best comedy people like have such a good handle on drama. We've talked about that before.
Yeah, yeah. It's come up a few times. It's important to remember. Um, but did you have anything else to say about that before I pick?
No, we've said so much that like I'm good.
All right, I'm good to wrap up if you want, but I've
Yeah,
got
you
one.
make your last
Let's
points.
talk about. All right, let's talk about the book ending versus the.
Oh, great, great. I don't know anything about
Yeah.
this.
Okay. Hey, so But in the book's ending, the shark does die, but it's not like a dramatic cinematic death. It just kind of loses steam and bleeds out after they've stabbed it with a bunch of harpoons. It just unceremoniously bleeds out in the water after like trying to charge at them, which is it's a little cinematic, but the movie ending. Oh my god. The scuba tank. Mile, you son of a bitch. Oh my god. Also, of course, Roy Scheider.
Yeah, there's a lot more setup and payoff there too. Like this entire time, just with
Yeah, very tense, very cinematic.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting that he just gets stabbed to death. Like I wouldn't have guessed that, especially for a shark. I feel like it's kind of
Right.
hard to keep an audience's like you know disbelief in check there, because
Yeah.
it's like that shark would have just bitten your hand off by now, dude.
Well, I think they launched the heart.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. Like with a
yeah.
harpoon gun.
Like
Yeah.
otherwise, you'd be like Deep Blue Sea, like getting fucking bitten and getting run around the entire place while you're just stabbing it with your like cross, and it's just dragging you around in its mouth.
Some people add too much milk to their eggs. This is a mistake. Oh my god. LL Cool J is a gem in that movie.
Yes.
And I might as well tell the audience we are doing that August.
Hell
Shark
yeah. That is also
Yep.
if you can tell, I love shark movies, and this is definitely the best, but that's my second favorite.
Valid. And like they're two very different movies, right? This is a masterpiece. That is just schlocky,
Hell yeah.
like a silly. Like it's funny though because the connective tissue is like Crichton. That movie definitely has like a Crichton vibe.
Yeah.
Like a schlocky version.
Oh
of
yeah.
Crichton. Yeah. But unlike Crichton, science is bad and poorly executed, and we'll get into it when we do that episode. So yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, Billy, any final thoughts about this movie?
Oh yeah, this movie's just incredible. Like it's just so fun. There I
Yeah.
feel like Spielberg does get like a lot of hype, and it is like for good reason.
Yeah.
Like
Mostly deserved, and honestly,
I think, going back to my blockbuster point, I think
Yeah.
he just does a really good job of making something that seems a little bit unfilmable, like really, really dramatic and well caught on camera. Like
I mean, look at Duel.
yes,
Duel.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
one of his Alien movies. What's it called?
Duel's a good example.
Close Encounters. Like that
Okay, I love that one
movie
too.
is like strange in concept. Like it doesn't seem cinematic in concept, but the way it's just captured on camera.
Oh, it has a lot of grit to it and a lot of backstory and a lot of like it's got the sci-fi stuff, it's got the cultism, it's got cover-ups. It's so cool.
Yes, yeah, and he just does a great job of like capturing all of that, like the characters, the world.
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. And speaking of Richard Dreyfuss, he's in that movie.
Like,
yeah, Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah, because he stars in it.
Yeah.
In that one.
This movie is just so good. Like from the start of it.
Yeah.
From the first kill, not seeing the shark, to the last, and
right.
I really do think like that build up, the tension, like for the
happy accident. Thank you, Bob Ross.
Happy accidents.
Happy accident.
Thank you, Bruce. I think like that build up when they get on the boat until Quint's death is just so perfect. Like or
oh yeah.
until Hooper's
Absolutely.
like going in the cage, and he comes out just fine. And like it coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine.
Gotta it down because I want it all.
Started out with kissing a shark, but like, there's just kind of playful. They're kind of playing with the shark, or the shark is kind of playing with them until that point. But the tension is ever rising, and it's kind of getting to Quint too. Like his alcoholism, his like paranoia,
Right.
him just
Right.
smashing the phone. He's bugging out, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. What do the kids say? Crashing out.
Yeah.
He's crashing out.
Oh yeah. Because I think he's starting to realize, and this is after the quintessential line, "We're gonna need a bigger boat." Like he doesn't want to acknowledge that, like he's acknowledging.
Right. And speaking of, that was a joke among the set that Roy Scheider thought would be funny to just work into the script. Yeah. He didn't come up with it. He just heard, like it was a running joke. It was a running gag among the set. Oh, we don't have a big enough boat for all this fucking crew and all the equipment and all the shit. And Roy Scheider thought that'd be funny to say in the movie.
Yeah, like, but it's funny because it like fits so well in. It's like, yeah, Quint. Everybody else has doubted first, and now Quint is like really doubting himself, and it's just perfect. And it's unfortunate because like that's right before he dies.
Right. Rip Quint and Rip Robert Shaw, a phenomenal actor. Rip, Roy Scheider too. He's dead. But yeah, it's a shame. There was a bit of controversy surrounding this movie after the release because a lot of people felt Robert Shaw should have been nominated Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars, but the Academy honestly didn't like Shaw for a number of reasons that I won't get into. But he did, like, you could safe to say he did, like, to oversimplify, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because he was just like a very, like, kind of like his character Quint. He was very outspoken, rough around the edges,
Yeah, that makes sense.
because he was great in this movie. He was also wonderful, fantastic in The Taking of Pelham 123, and I'd love to do that movie at some point.
Nice.
I love Walter Matthau. Yeah. Oh, I love Walter Matthau so much, and Jerry Lewis is good in it too. Yeah. Anyway, that's a great. But do you have any other?
They've
Final
confirmed the gas tank thing is not possible, right? Like you can't actually blow up a shark with a gas tank like that.
No, I think they did try it on MythBusters, and because while obviously oxygen is extremely flammable and explosive, it's like one of those things where it is pressurized, but like depending on how you shoot it and where you shoot it, it's like shooting a gas tank, like say for like a car, because we get scenes like that in movies too. But unless you specifically get it to spark, it's not going to explode.
Yeah, and that makes more sense.
And like obviously a gunshot, the initial explosion is the quote unquote spark. But by the time the bullet is in motion, like there's no kinetic energy in that way, right? If again, like that's, I don't want to get into the fucking physics too much, but like safe to say there is a chance that it would explode. A good chance. But it's a movie. Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, unless you have something else.
We have been talking about on politics and movies today. Jaws, the 1975 American thriller film, directed by Steven Spielberg, based on the 1974 novel by Benchley. It stars Roy Scheider, Richard Dreyfuss, Robert Shaw, Lorraine Gary and Bree Hamilton. It is screenplay by Peter Benchley and Carl Gottlieb officially, and then it's produced by Richard D. Zanuck, who I talked near the beginning, and David Brown. All right, good episode, Billy. Thank you so much for joining me on this one.
Of course, it was fun.
Yeah, I had fun too. I had a blast. We talked about a lot of good stuff.
Yes, I can't think of anything else to talk about.
Fair. Of course, something will come to me in like honestly, like I was really fucking pissed that I forgot to talk about Sputnik on the Iron Giant episode. I was
You know, it
wild.
sucks, and I was in my notes to talk about too.
Yeah.
But I think I just got locked into talking about it. It's kind of like, you know, when you know a movie so well, you just kind of like dial in and just start riffing and talking about it and get locked in too much.
Because there was stuff I forgot to talk about with Die Hard, Back to the Future too. But minor stuff, like stuff that I could. The Sputnik thing, that was egregious to me. The space race, my God, that was an important theme.
Yeah, I will say for Back to the Future, I was a little remorseful that I didn't get to talk about incest as much as I wanted to.
Shut the fuck up. No, you did. I just
Yeah.
You talked about it 40 fucking minutes. Somebody has a fish. That's not an exaggeration. I cut 20 minutes into talking. 20 minutes, Billy.
Perfect.
But still, you got 20 minutes of incest in.
Ooh.
So, yeah. Well, listen to the episode. It's a good episode. It's very popular. It's one of our, I believe it's number 5, top 5 anyway. So yeah, this has been Jaws. Watch out for them teeth. Get you.
It'll bite you.
Ah.
Donna.
Oh God! Remember the
what?
Remember the growling shark in Jaws 4 thing? The growling shark. Sharks don't have vocal cords. Whoever wrote that, please.
I don't remember that. Well, that was Jaws 4.
I believe it was.
Did I awaken your Jaws 4 knowledge?
It's all your fault, Billy.
I do not remember the growling shark. That sounds so bad. I actually have not seen Jaws: The Revenge. I think I put it on as a joke. Didn't watch it.
God, it was one that I watched once, and I of really cringy bad things, but I forgot, thankfully, most of the movie.
Understandable.
All right. Politics and Movies signing off. Good episode. Good time. We'll do that movie at some point.
All right.